Welcome to the eerie and chilling world of the unknown. Today we're taking a spine-tingling journey across America to explore the most haunted places, where the spirits of the past are said to still roam. From abandoned asylums to ghostly battlefields, these places hold secrets that are far darker than most people can imagine. Get ready to hear real stories of paranormal encounters, and maybe, just maybe, feel the chill of a ghostly presence beside you. But be warned. After tonight, you might never look at these places the same way again. Our first stop takes us to Philadelphia, where a towering fortress awaits, Eastern State Penitentiary. Built in 1829, this abandoned prison housed some of the most infamous criminals of its time. But it's not just the criminals who left their mark. This prison is home to chilling stories of unexplained footsteps, distant whispers, and shadowy figures. The penitentiary was designed to isolate prisoners, and it's believed that this isolation led to a rise in insanity. Many of those who spent time here died in torment, their spirits lingering in the dark, cold cells. Visitors have reported hearing strange noises late at night, faint whispers, rattling chains, and the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls. One of the most famous encounters took place with a group of ghost hunters in 2002. They captured an unexplainable shadow moving across the wall, despite no one being in the area. Could it be a trick of the light, or something far more sinister? One spirit in particular stands out, the ghost of Cell 12. This apparition is said to manifest as a shadowy figure that moves between the cells. Some have even reported feeling an oppressive force, like being trapped inside the walls with no escape. There's no denying it. Eastern State Penitentiary has earned its reputation as one of America's most haunted prisons. Next, we venture into the heart of the Rockies, to the iconic Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. This grand hotel, built in 1909, was the inspiration for Stephen King's chilling novel, The Shining. But what makes this place so eerie? The answer lies in its history and the numerous paranormal encounters reported by guests and staff. The most notorious ghost here is that of the hotel's original owner, F.O. Stanley. It's said that Stanley still roams the hallways, looking for something or someone, perhaps seeking closure from his life on Earth. Guests have reported hearing piano music playing from an empty ballroom, while others claim to have seen apparitions in the hallways or heard footsteps that seem to follow them when no one else is around. One of the most terrifying encounters took place in room 418, where guests have described hearing unexplained laughter, doors slamming shut by themselves, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. Some even claim they've seen the ghostly figures of children playing in the hallways, children who died tragically in the early years of the hotel's existence. Could it be the restless spirits of the past, or something far darker? Now we travel to the deep south, where the Myrtles Plantation stands tall in St. Francisville, Louisiana. This plantation, dating back to the 18th century, is known as one of the most haunted locations in the U.S. With its stunning beauty comes a dark history of slavery, murder, and betrayal, making it the perfect breeding ground for paranormal activity. Known as the most haunted home in America, the Myrtles Plantation is said to be haunted by the ghost of a former slave named Chloe. According to legend, Chloe poisoned the family who once owned the plantation, and her spirit has never left. Visitors often report seeing her ghostly figure in the windows, and some even claim to hear her wailing in despair. But it's not just Chloe's ghost that haunts the plantation. There are also reports of ghostly children, often heard laughing or running through the rooms. In 2009, a couple staying at the plantation snapped a photo in front of the mansion, only to capture what they claim is the ghostly face of a child in one of the windows. The Myrtles Plantation is a place where the past and present collide, leaving behind a trail of restless souls that refuse to leave. Our next stop is a place that is as terrifying as it is tragic. Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. Originally built as a tuberculosis hospital in the early 1900s, it became a place where thousands of people met their untimely deaths due to the deadly disease. The suffering of the patients and the harsh conditions of the time created a breeding ground for restless spirits. Waverly Hills is home to some of the most chilling paranormal encounters in the world. Staff and visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures moving through the dark hallways and hearing the sounds of ghostly coughing, a haunting reminder of the tuberculosis patients who once filled the beds here. But perhaps the most famous ghost here is that of a little girl, often seen playing in the hallways or standing at the windows. In 1961, a nurse at Waverly Hills reportedly took her own life in one of the upper floors. Since then, her spirit has been said to haunt the halls, with many visitors claiming to feel an eerie presence near the spot where she died. Some even report hearing the sound of footsteps following them as they wander the darkened halls, only to turn and find nothing there. Our final stop takes us to the legendary Queen Mary, a retired British ocean liner docked in Long Beach, California. Once a luxurious cruise ship, it now serves as a hotel and museum, but it also holds a dark secret, one that is steeped in death and paranormal activity. The Queen Mary is notorious for its ghostly sightings. During its time as a cruise liner, there were numerous deaths on board, including a sailor who was crushed by a door in the engine room. It's said that his ghost still haunts the area, with guests often reporting strange noises, cold spots, and even seeing a ghostly figure in the engine room. Perhaps the most famous ghostly encounter aboard the Queen Mary is that of a young girl named Jackie. Visitors claim to hear her voice echoing through the hallways, calling out to her mother. Some even report seeing her apparition, dressed in a white gown, standing by the pool or gazing out the windows. As we close our journey through these haunted places, one thing becomes clear: the past never truly leaves. The spirits of those who suffered, died, or were wronged linger in these places, bound by the memories of their earthly lives. But are they merely echoes of the past, or is there something more, something we can't yet comprehend? Only time will tell. Thank you for joining me on this chilling adventure into the supernatural. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the next time you find yourself in a dark, forgotten place, maybe you won't be alone after all.